Hello YouTubers, how you doing? CJ here with another video. This is kind of a two video sort of thing because it's a collection video. I'm going to show you something, and it's a shout out video too because I want to give a shout out to a few people. First person is my friend Vince in Australia, and his YouTube channel is Elvis Presley Records, with his picture being the logo of the Sun Records logo. Please check him out. The other night I discovered a video that he'd done giving me a shout out, and I didn't know about it until the other night, and I gotta say that it was very unexpected, and I just want to say to you, Vince, thank you so much. You know, what can I say? He showed my videos, and he spoke about me and what I do and my channel, and I just want to, I just want to really thank you. It was very unexpected, and it was, it was quite overwhelming, really, if I'm honest. So, guys, please check out Elvis Presley Records, okay? Remember the logo that he has, his picture is the Sun Records logo, so please check him out. He's only a young kid, and his knowledge on Elvis is absolutely exceptional. He does fantastic spotlights on King Creole. He's done one on the Aloha. So many. Please check him out. Sadly, I don't have I'm not in a position to switch my camera around to show you his channel as at the moment because of how I'm doing my videos. I'm just chilling in the bedroom, and we're doing so much work in the house at the moment. However, when my studio is done, I'll be able to switch my camera around, show you other people's channels, and I'm going to be doing a lot more shout outs and supporting the other channels that I watch, and I'd like to give them a shout out, you know, and show you their videos. Because with Vince, he had his camera and he showed my videos, he spoke about me and said what I do and everything, so that was really nice. And I just really want to say again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really does mean a lot to me. So guys, please check him out. My friend from Australia, Vince at Elvis Presley Records, with the Sun logo, okay, the Sun Records logo. All right, thank you again, my friend. God bless. All right, the other shout out I'd like to do is to all my subscribers and also all my fans. I have had emails come through. I have had friends requests on Facebook, private messages that have gone into my message request folder that I haven't seen till a bit later. I had to get so many messages, notifications. It's quite overwhelming. So thank you so much. The comments on my videos, on my performances, again, those of you who've left comments, what can I say? I mean, again, very unexpected. So thank you so much. You have to bear with me a minute. I've had a notification to say my battery's low, and that's not good. So I'm gonna have to move the camera position. Please bear with me so I can plug my phone onto charge whilst I'm doing this, because that's how I do my videos, you see. Put that on there and plug myself in. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you a box set, and a friend of mine bought this box set a while back, and I've got to message him to find out what he thinks, because I think it was kind of on my recommendation, I think, and I've been asked to do a review on it a few times by a few people, and I show this Elvis box set in my box sets video, but I'm going to do a personal review on it. This is for me, the holy grail of any Elvis Presley box sets. This is, I don't want to sound like nobody, the album collection. Elvis Presley, the album collection. Or as it's listed, Elvis Presley, the RCA albums collection. This is an amazing set. 60 CDs. This is the 60th anniversary CD edition. Features all the albums RCA released during his lifetime, studio, soundtrack, and live. Also includes compilations that featured unreleased songs or songs new to LP format. Includes restored original sleeves, RCA Victor inserts, stickers, and more. 300-page deluxe fully illustrated hardcover book with insightful complimentary discography and session data. So, alright, now I'm going to show you the set. Now, I love this set for many reasons. One, it's nice, small, compact, and very easy to handle. Now, before this set, I had a long box set called the original Elvis Presley collection. And it was for... Sorry if I'm appearing to look that way. It's because of the way I've got the phone and my camera's here, I think. And I've got to look into the screen. So I do apologise. I'll try and be as non-off-putting as possible. Okay, I'm going to show you each album and show you everything about it. But as I was saying, I first had the original Elvis Presley collection, which was a 50 CD set in dual cases. And when it was on the shelf, it formed a picture from Elvis, That's the Way It Is. And they were all numbered. And you had the original albums and the soundtrack albums were the double feature ones. It also had a book and certificate. Now, I originally wanted that when I was a young kid, and I didn't get it until I was much older. And you could buy them. You could buy the CD separate and build up your set, or you could buy the box set, you know, complete. And throughout the years, they've done like you know, people have been selling them on eBay and different things. So I remember when I got it, I was amazed because I had all the CDs originally anyway. You know, and then, but I had, shall I say, copies of the CDs. I didn't fully get back into collecting for quite some time due to what happened with my collection. But when I had this box set, you know, I thought it was brilliant. You know, the holy grail then, you know. Then this baby came out, and I was just, yes, gotta have it. When the CD set got released of the 50 box set, the long one, the CD covers, you had the front, which was the original covers. The backs of them, however, kind of changed. You know, they wasn't like the original albums. However, they were the original in the sense of when they were first produced on CD separately outside of the box set, because the front of the covers, you had the original Elvis Presley going across the top, the picture of the album cover, then like a little design on the number 1 to 50. And the original CD releases that came out separately outside of the set didn't have that. They are like as I show them in my my first CDs collection. But this box set here, this is something else. Why I love this set is because looking at these albums brings back so many memories of having the original vinyls. I'm still collecting vinyl. I'm still going to it if you've seen my vinyl video. It comes with a card that tells you about the box set itself, and it lists all the albums. This was originally on the bottom of the box set, but it came off very easily. No stickers or anything, or sticky glue, so I'll be down. And the stickers, if like an album like an album came out on first pressing and it had a sticker on it, like a hype sticker as they called, and or a picture inside. Well, this set replicated everything. It even has, which I'll come to that now actually in a minute, the tracks. So here's the sticker book, and as you can see, I've not taken the stickers off to put on any of the albums. I've kind of kept this as like a collector's sort of little piece. I know some people who've got this box set have taken the stickers off and I've put them on the albums, but I'm keeping mine nice and tidy. Okay. Right. Here's the book. Fantastic. Well, let me show you how it is inside. So these are just fitted on top nicely. And here's how the CD's formed. Look at that. Now the book is not just at the side of the CDs. No. If I take the book out, let's hold these in. It's actually in its separate compartment. It's not in line with the seats. I can't push these over or anything. Separate compartment for the book, which I think is stunning. I'm going to show these. I'll put this one away. Okay, so here's the book. I don't know which way that's shown. And it gives you an insight of the box set, but it gives you some interesting facts as well about Elvis's albums. Track listing, pictures, the picture of the album cover. At the very beginning, it tells you about like the vinyl pressings and the mastering process and so forth. How they done them. There's some really, obviously the original advertisements outlook at the time for record players, and this is about like a design for each other. The player, the record. Obviously there's some sort of like customization because it's a red vinyl there, you see. So different things being shown. Love that style. Elvis with black and red. Absolutely love that. And the wristband as well. So some great pictures, great info about the whole box set itself, about the albums, concerts. Now, they advertise they're pure gold. But pure gold is not in this box set, but the songs that are on pure gold is on the CDs. So you've got different pictures there and different albums. Now, I'm going to show you this one. This is about the album, which is his first album, Elvis Presley. Now, there's the track listing. That's exactly how it is on the album cover. Let me get something to show you. Okay. If I'm correct, I'm going to double check that. Yes, I am correct. Okay. Bonus tracks. Now, everybody know who've seen my videos, I'm not a fan of bonus tracks. I hate them. Because I've got the tracks from other releases, and the only time I'll get a CD with a bonus track on is, one, if it's a first time release and it's a pure new album with a song on there that you can't get anywhere else other than that album. But normally with Elvis, it's alternate takes. So, alternate takes, I've got them all basically, all on file. Loving You, I'm going to jump to. It's got your track listing. But then it's got bonus track. Tell me why. Now, it's not on the original album. And it's not on the original album cover. And I should have shown you by that, shouldn't I? When I come to it, I should have shown you the track listing. The album, when I come to it, I should have shown you. Alright, well, I'm going to jump down a few scales. If I show the album, the back of the album cover for Loving You, you'll see that it's replicated exactly like the original vinyl album sleeve. Tell me why it's not on there. But yet, the song is on the CD, and the song is listed in the book. So that's what I love. Songs that were around during that time and released, or recorded in line with the movie, or the singles that were released around the same period and time as the albums, that originally was just singles or B-sides. They were not put on the original albums. With this box set, they've included all of those songs on the albums as bonus tracks, but they've not listed the bonus tracks on the album covers, but they are in the book. It's just like the 1973 Fool album. You've got a standard 10 tracks, but then in the book, if you go to it, if we go to it, it'll show you. I could do a different album, but I'm just picking that one for now. Okay, so you've got disc 50. This is Elvis. Now, the original title of it was Elvis, and it become known as the Fool album. So you got all your track listings here, and then you got like track 1 to 10. And then you got bonus tracks 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bonus tracks. Alright, and these are singles that were released around the same time period. Well, Burning Love was released in 72, so was Separate Ways, but they put them on this album. So, I absolutely love it. So that's what I love about it. The other thing I really do love, and I can't stop looking at these every now and then when I take them out, is the artwork. This is the, so I'm going to show you the CDs now. This is the first album, Elvis Presley. And they've done these exactly as they were when they were released on vinyl, just smaller CD format. Ooh, don't know how that's not coming in focus enough. Sorry about that. There's side 1 and side 2, basically, how they released them on vinyl. They done them as they released them in the US, though, because I know there are some cover changes when it came to the UK. They've even done the discs the exact same way as well as the vinyl stickers. Obviously, they only released... This is the other downfall, right? This is a downfall for me, really. The downfall is if you look at the track listings, there's only 6 tracks listed on there. They could have put... I know they replicated into everything as it was, but I think they could have put the whole track listing of the album on you. But other than that, there is another niggle which I'll come to as we go along, I think. So yeah, that's Elvis Presley. The first album. Let's see if I get all these out and I'll end up putting them back as well. That'll be better. That would be better, wouldn't it, if I did it this way. Okay. So, Elvis' first album, Elvis Presley. Elvis' second album, simply titled Elvis. And I guess the other little as well for me really is the fact that the covers, some of the covers, like, well, I'll say some of them, there's not many really, if I'm honest. 1 or 2. Now, I'm not going to show you all the CDs because they're all the same design. However, they do change. So I will show you how they changed, okay? So when I come to the first CD that changes, which I don't think is till later on, I'll show you those, but if they're all the same, there's no point. So that's Elvis Presley, the second album. That's become known as Rock and Roll Volume 2 over the years. Again, that's how it was released in the US. A lot of them, see, they're released in the US and the UK and Europe and everything with the same sort of cover. But there are some cover differences in certain parts, which I'll show you when I come to them. Okay, so I've already shown this one. This is Lovin' You. Yeah, that's the only other niddle as well. So I guess there's only 3 niddles, but they're not much. You know, nothing at all, really. You get pros and cons with everything, you know, remember that. So they've numbered, they kept everything spot on, but the number they kept here at the bottom, they put a colour on it and they've put the number. This is obviously number 3, because this is album 3 in the collection. It's only niddle, I mean, really, we could have just used the book for reference, for the number, the order, and this card sheet, which is numbered 1 to 60. So we could have used that, but, you know, at the end of the day, what happens? This happens. You know, other than that, this box set is the Holy Grail. So there's Loving You. Then you've got the Christmas album. This is how it was released in the US. The UK release got a different cover. This is the Christmas album. What I love about this, they've done, like I said, they've done exactly the same. The side 1 and 2, and they've done the booklet as well. And what I like about this album, when they've done this, as you can see here, the tape. When this was released on vinyl in the US, you got like a different sort of tape that was put together on the spine there. And they replicated that as well, which is pretty cool. So, Elvis Christmas album. The Elvis Golden Records, Volume 1. Love the way they've done that as well, because as you can see, it's not white. It's like a shady blue / grey sort of colour. That's how it was originally released. Golden Records, Volume 1. Then we have a King Creole. The reason why I'm going to skim through this box set is because I've already shown it in my box sets video, which is, which I go into detail more about it. But somebody asked me to do a separate video on this set. I've been asked this for a few times, so. I have to think then. For LP fans only. Again, this cover has had different variations in different countries. The track listing is on the front. Also on the record. I'm checking because some of them came with stuff. Now, King Creole was the last soundtrack album released, and by the time LP fans only was released, Elvis was in the army. And this contained songs like That's Alright Mama, Lordy Miss Claudia, Mystery Train, Poor Boy. Songs that were released on like EP, songs that were recorded for Sun Records, but not released by RCA on album format. So when Elvis was in the army, the Colonel had a good plan and a good idea to do that. And he done the same thing with this one here, A Date with Elvis. And he put a calendar on the back of this one. 1960. Turn it over on the inside. And this is so awesome to see. You know, obviously the disc design is the same. And this contains songs like Bloomin' of Kentucky, Young and Beautiful, Baby I Don't Care, Is It So Strange, We're Gonna Move. So again, these two albums are similar in the fact that the format of the track listing was not the same, but in the same sort of, done the same way then, you know, with the same idea and plan. Then, you had Elvis Golden Records Volume 2. And this is, again, is the same, but this is with like singles from Ivy that wasn't released at all. Such as A Fool Such As I Need Your Love Tonight, Wear My Ring Around Your Neck. 500,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong. Or 5 million or whatever it is. Elvis Golden Records Volume 2. Awesome cover. There's a black version of this out as well for an EP called Pure Gold. Or Solid Gold. This is Elvis's first album that got released when Elvis got out of the army. The songs on here, Elvis's voice when he got out of the army matured a lot. And his music matured a lot as well. I think he found a lot of maturity within the army and so forth. And this is a brilliant rocking album. This is Elvis's back. And was he back? On the inside, lovely pictures of Elvis from the army. And you had, that's the back. And this contains the songs, like songs like The Girl of My Best Friend, I Will Be Home Again, that's a lovely song. Dirty Dirty Feeling, Thrill of Your Love. So, yeah, that's Elvis's back. Stuck on You's on there as well and everything. And then, obviously, Elvis made his first movie when he got out of the army, which was G.I. Blues. And then Elvis made a gospel album, His Hand in Mine. And then you have Something for Everybody. And then Elvis' second movie after he got to the army, Blue Hawaii. And then you have Potluck. And like I said, the reason why I'm skimming through this is because I've already reviewed this in my box sets video. But I don't mind taking requests on. I've got so many Elvis requests, and I'm trying to do these videos now a little bit far few between because of the work that's been done in the house, and that, you know, I want to do stuff from my studio, which my YouTube videos will be done from my studio as well. Well, it's in my studio. It's the room. It's being converted into a studio of my /den. Yeah, CJ's live from CJ's den. I like that. Okay, then he made Girls, 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 which when this was released, this came with something inside it. The design of the album sticker remained the same, but this came with a calendar for 1963. So when they released this box set, like I said, if an album was released with a book or a poster or something, when they done this box set, they done the whole lot, which is amazing. And then the advertisement then of Elvis's other albums and catalog on the back. So yeah, you had those. And then you had Elvis, It Happened at the World's Fair. Yeah. And if you can hear any talking in the background, it's my son. He's on his Xbox Live playing with his friends. So do apologise for that. Well, actually, I don't apologise. No, he's playing on his games. So It Happened at the World's Fair. And do you know, this is a cool movie because Kurt Russell comes up to Elvis and kicks him in the shin. And who would have thought today, all those years later after Elvis' sad passing, that Kurt would be portraying Elvis, portraying Elvis in the movie simply titled Elvis. And over the years, it's got known as Elvis the Movie. And this one also came with something. It Happened at the World's Fair. It came with this poster. And on the back, advertisement of Elvis's albums. So, It Happened at the World's Fair. And then Elvis Golden Records Volume 3. Yes. Golden Records Volume 3. Brilliant album. And then another soundtrack album. It was Fun in Acapulco. It's a great album. Great bonus tracks on this as well. Love Me Tonight and Slowly But Surely. Now, some of these bonus tracks that got released earlier, and songs like Dirty Dirty Feeling, which is on Elvis's back, they were all used in 1965 when Elvis made the movie simply titled Tickle Me, because there was no actual soundtrack for that movie. The songs were recorded in previous years because Elvis was doing it basically was to save the movie company from going out of business, from going bust, and it's helped. So they did everything on a budget as possible, best as possible. Then you had Kissing Cousins, and there is a version of this out there as well without the picture on. So Kissing Cousins, and again, Echoes of Love. It's a Long Lonely Highway. In fact, It's a Long Lonely Highway was actually the opening song for Tickle Me. Then you had Elvis Roustabout. It's a great album, this is. Then you had Elvis, Girl Happy. Then you had Elvis for Everyone. And on the back, so we got released with all the albums advertisements. I'm checking to make sure I'm not missing anything, see. Then you had, this one does come with something. Story behind this album. When I was a kid, despite having the first presents, some of them I had the first presents of. My dad didn't give me the album till I got much older. The very first time I had this on vinyl, my mother bought it me. Didn't you, Mum? My mother bought this for me on vinyl, but it wasn't called Harem Scarum on vinyl when I had it over here in the UK, because there's another title for this called Harem Holiday. Maybe because the first song is called Harem Holiday. And in the US and everything, it had Harem Scarum. In fact, even when it was released on VHS videotape over here, it was again under Harem Holiday, and when you put the videotape in, the film started, the title actually come on the screen as well, and Harem Holiday. But obviously now it's been put back to Harem Scarum, and that's how it's released here in the UK on DVD and CD and everything. So that's how it's done now. That's the original title for it. Okay, and I still have, however, an original VHS tape of it for the UK Harem Holiday title, Startup. And same with vinyl, I have both versions now on vinyl. And this one came, my mother was very excited giving me this album, because she said at the time it was yet to come on television. Because over here in the UK, Elvis movies were shown every anniversary of his passing and his birthday. With his anniversary of his sad passing, every year we had like an Elvis week. Like throughout the week, everything was shown on BBC One, BBC Two, S4C at the time, ITV or HTV, Channel 5, VH1, TNT. Then it got done as TTM. And as a kid growing up, I always used to have the video recorder set for everything. And they would kind of be like the same movies: Girl Happy, Jailhouse Rock, Spin Out. There were some films that didn't get shown, like Charo wasn't shown. Kid Galahad very rarely got shown. Tickle Me never got shown. And this was one of them as well. That never got shown until they finally, one anniversary, not long after my mother got me the vinyl, it was advertised to be shown on TCM. So I was quite happy. So that memory will always stick in my mind. And whenever I see the cover of this version with Harem Scarum or Harem Holiday, I know what it is. And that memory, when my mother handed me the vinyl saying, I bought you this because this one is yet to come on television. And I'll always remember that. So, thanks, Mum. This came with a picture as well inside it. That's the picture. Then the next album that came out, soundtrack album, which also had something with it, is Frankie and Johnny. Yeah, Frankie and Johnny. And this is the picture that come with it. This is not nice. It's a lovely photo. And the quality of the cards as well, the reprints were really, really cool. That's a really nice material. And then you had this movie, and some of the songs in this gives me some memories. Isn't that right, Richard J., my good old buddy? Paradise Hawaiian style, baby. Oh, yes. And the song Drums of the Island. Do you remember that night, Rich, when we went down to the local pub by me? The Junction, it was called. Walking home, we were singing songs from this movie. And you stayed at my place that night, and we stayed up watching this movie on VHS with the black cover. And I still have that black cover because I replicated it for DVD. Yes, fond memories. And every time I see anything relating to this movie, I'll always think of my good bro, Richard J. Who I'll have to give him a phone call too. Got to catch up with him. This one is Spin Out. That's the next one. Or Californian Holiday, because that's the other title for it as well. But I've always known it here in the UK as Spin Out. There's the back. This came with something too. There's the photograph with it. Cool photo. Yes. And then we've got another gospel album. This is How Great Thou Art. Awesome album. And the song Run On is on you as well, which is amazing. Love Run On. This is also the album that contains Crying in the Chapel as well. By request, in this album, Elvis's single hit, Crying in the Chapel. Also available, Elvis' sacred album, His Hand in Mine. So again, they've done the advertisement as well. That is a lovely photo of Elvis too. So yeah, How Great Thou Art. And this album, I remember when I first had it on vinyl, I was like, obviously I knew which way because of where the split was, the opening, but it now and then did get confusing. This is Double Trouble. Here's the front cover, and you'll see why it's Double Trouble now, because if I turn it over, that's the same picture, same design. This came with something as well. This came with this photograph, and on the back is catalogues of Elvis's complete stereo 8 catalog, complete catalog of soundtrack albums, Elvis twin packs, and standard catalog albums. So that was that. Yes. Okay, now this one in the set, obviously this is how it got released in the US, because the hype sticker is on there, but it's not a sticker, it's actually on the actual card, it's not on here. So that's how it was. And it's not a sticker either, like I said, it's printed on the actual cover. Clambake. When I first heard this album, the one song that really stood out to me is a song that I really enjoy performing sometimes, is a song called Singing Tree. This came with something as well. This is a lovely photograph that came with it. This is Elvis and Priscilla on their wedding day. Then you had Elvis Golden Records Volume 4. Yes. And then you had something comes with this one too, and it's all the way down the bottom, so I'm going to get this out first. Why is it all the way down the bottom? Here comes Elvis Speedway with Nancy Sinatra in here as well. And all my children, all my girls, when they were babies, I used to sing them to sleep to a song from this movie, which is Your Time Hasn't Come Yet, Baby. So Speedway, and it came with this picture, and on the back is the same advertisement as the other ones, you know, the catalog albums, the 8 stereo track albums and stuff. So, cool. Okay, this is another album that means a lot to me and my mum, and I think, let me just double check that, Speedway. Yeah, I'm going to show you the disc for this one because the disc design changes. So all of those I showed you are the same, and the disc changed on this one. This is Elvis Sings, or should I say Singer Presents Elvis Singing Flaming Star and Others. Now, I have this on vinyl as well because this is my mother's favourite song is Flaming Star. And my mother had the vinyl and she handed it down to me, and I still have that vinyl the vinyl that she handed down to me specifically I don't have. I'm not going to go into why I don't have it. Because people will know from my previous videos what happened to my vinyl collection and Elvis collection and so forth. But anyway, I do have a replacement of it. I bought the replacement of the exact same version as my mother gave me, with the RCA International on it. And the back cover for this is the exact same as that. And so the front cover's the same and the back's the same. I've actually got two versions of it on vinyl because the spare one I got is a Pickwick version, same front cover. Back is slightly different, but I plan on giving that to my mum, because my mum and dad now has a turntable, so they can play it up there. And I got a few albums as well for my dad of Elvis as well. So this holds again another special memory for me with me and my mum. And every time I look at it, I always think back to my mother's collection. And the CD changes here. Now the RCA International version, the label on the record is green, which actually I show it in my vinyl video on here when I show my Elvis vinyls. But this CD, obviously, when it was released in the US, it was on. I don't know if this is tanned or orange. I think this is slightly tanned. So that's the just design for that. Then we have Elvis, Come On Everybody. Now, this is the US cover. The UK cover is slightly different. I would show you now, but I'm not going to. Because I've already been requested, because of the CDs that I've replaced and so forth. I've done separate videos. I've been asked by, again, so many if I would do a recap on my main CD collection, because I've also gotten rid of a few of the CDs as well. I've parted with them. So I'll do and I've also added a few as well. So I'll do a recap of my CD collection. I probably won't go into detail as I did in my very first two videos on my CD collection of Elvis. So I'll probably show them all at the same time. So this is Come On Everybody. In the UK, like I said, had a different cover. And here's the back. The back was also different as well. But this CD here in the box set makes it his first official CD debut, because it was released on CD before then as a press bootleg that were going around, which they're classed now in the Elvis world as imports, but they are initially bootlegs. They're just pressed, and the covers were all done like in digipacks, and they're done tidy. So, but it had bonus tracks on there, which I wasn't a fan of. I'm not a fan of bonus tracks apart from this box set, because they don't state them on the album cover. Apart from how they were originally released on soundtracks as bonus tracks originally. So, and the disc design here changes again to blue. RCA. Dynaflex. So, yeah. Come On Everybody. And then it changes again to... nothing came with that, did it? No, otherwise I would have seen it and shown it. Okay, this is Elvis. Or shall I say the TV special. Or the NBC TV special. Or as is famously known now as the 68 Comeback Special. This is the original soundtrack album. And this just rocks. And it does change now. This is orange. So the Flaming Star one was tanned. So this is orange. And you can tell the differences. I must admit, I love the RCA logo on those albums. Okay, I'm not going to show you any more of the disc designs now because they stay the same for a while. And I think they stay the same now all the way up, I think. But I'll keep checking. If they change, I'll show you them. Here's a fantastic album from Elvis in Memphis. This was just, his voice on this. When he done all those 69 performances, 69 recordings, he had a bit of a cold. And, you know, it kind of changed his... not voice, but they sounded a little different to what they would probably normally, and his voice it was just stunning on these recordings. Wearing that Love Don't Look, that edgy, that He had an edge to his voice. I absolutely think they're amazing. So from Elvis in Memphis. And this came with something. And on the back is a catalogue again. It's just designed a little different. Okay. Then you had... This was a double album. Now, these albums did get released separately on their own. This is from... Let's do the spine. Elvis Presley, from Memphis to Vegas, from Vegas to Memphis. And it's a double album because you got live Elvis in person at the International Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. But then you got this album here, which is back in Memphis. Okay. And obviously that one there says from Memphis to Vegas. And this says from Vegas to Memphis. That's how it initially got released. Because like I said, that's how this box set is done. And if you open up there, that's the inside for Back in Memphis. And this is the one for Elvis in Person. So you got Elvis in Person here, CD1. And Back in Memphis, CD2 track listings. And when this was released, it got released with 2 pictures from the 6-day comeback. And the backs are the same. Advertising covers, albums. So they came with that. So I put those in one compartment and the disc in the other. So yeah, awesome. Now I do have the both albums released separately on my actual CD, like my main CD collection on the shelf. Here's another album that takes me all the way back to my childhood again. They all take me back to my childhood, growing up having the vinyls and so forth. Let's Be Friends. Brilliant album again. On the back. Did that change then? Yeah, that changed. RCA changed to blue. Okay, and then I think they went back to orange. Yes, because the next album then after that is Elvis on Stage. February 1970, on stage. Now this concert was actually edited together from like a full concert. It's like the first song on this album is CC Rider, and there's still a lot of fans who think that obviously this was the first time Elvis opened his show with CC Rider. But that's not quite true. Let me take a little drink here. Excuse me. I drink a lot of water. You know where I've got Wawa from, don't you? Yes. Yeah, a lot of people still think, and you can't blame them because it's how it got released, all over. The first song for this is CC Rider. And so many people still think that is the first time he opened his show with CC Rider. It's not. CC Rider was actually in the middle of the concert. And what they did was they recorded the concert, and then I think it was 3 or 4 shows recorded, and they edited the shows, and they pulled songs, and they just sort of like mixed them together, and they put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 songs they pulled from all the concerts. And they put them together. So this is not actually a full concert. Just the same with Elvis in Person. It's not the full concert. Again, just like a compilation more than anything. But it became an album. So that's the album. That's the result. Elvis on Stage. If you want to hear the full-length concerts that were recorded to put this album together, then you need to buy the box sets rebooked at the International. Yeah, back to the orange now. So, which I do show on my box sets video, and I explain about that as well on there. So that's Elvis on Stage, and then we go back to blue then for this next one. Okay, this is Elvis Almost in Love. I'm not a massive fan of this cover. I love the UK cover much better, which I'll show you in my CDs when I do the review. Because what I did, well, I'll show you what I did anyway. All right, I think you can guess though, because I did do a changes video, as well with the replications and things I changed, where I did show you the original covers and stuff. So that's Almost in Love. Okay, no, that didn't come with anything. Neither does this one, and we're back now to the orange label for this next one. Great soundtrack album from a fantastic movie. Elvis, That's the Way It Is, the original version. On the back. This is a great soundtrack. Now, there's a song on here called 20 Days and 20 Nights. I'm actually quite surprised that it got put on the album. It was recorded for the album because it was a song that Elvis didn't enjoy doing. And he stated that. If you've seen the That's the Way It Is, the complete outtakes, you'll actually hear him and see him actually say to the audience that he doesn't enjoy singing the song. He doesn't particularly dig singing it, and the band even started it off wrong and they had to redo it. So, but the only way of seeing that is if you see the outtakes, or if you get the box set, because all the concerts has now been officially released and remastered on the That's the Way It Is box set. So there's the album. And the next one, this came with something which I'm going to get out. Now, yes, we've stayed with the orange CD label here. This is 10,000 Years Old, Elvis Country. Mr. and Mrs. Presley with Elvis at age 2. Great country album. With I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago, segments of the above song are heard at the consolation of each of the 12 selections in this album. Basically, when you put this on, the song starts up, I Was Born 10,000 Years Ago. Then it goes in, then it does to the first song, which is Snowbird. And then as Snowbird is finishing, you hear I Was Born 10,000 Years Ago, just a little segment. Then it goes into Tomorrow Never Comes and fades and so forth. Which is quite clever. It's the first, I'd never heard an album like that before. And there's the picture that came with it. Now here in the UK on the vinyl, it actually stated that it comes with a free picture on the vinyl, which I show you in my vinyls video. So staying with the orange again, this is a great album. Again, this is Love Letters from Elvis. Some people put this down for some reason. Don't know why, because the songs on here are brilliant. In fact, they've just released that, well, I say just released, it was last year. The end of last year, they released the box set from Elvis in Nashville, and I think it was just absolutely amazing, which I've done a review on that as well on here. Okay, for this next album, we've gone to the blue label again. This is Elvis, I Got Lucky. And the UK as well had 2 different covers for this album, which again I'll show you when I show you my when I do a recap review of my standard Elvis albums and the collectibles and everything. And it was an album released within what I've just showed you. 2, as a matter of fact. One was called Burning Love and sings hits from his movies. The other album was Elvis sings hits from his movies. And the other one was Separate Ways. And the gospel album, You'll Never Walk Alone. Now, they're not included within this box set. And I think personally that's because they were like concept budget albums at the time. Mind you, so was albums like Come On Everybody, and Let's Be Friends. But all the songs that are on those albums that I just mentioned, Separate Ways, Elvis sings Burning Love and hits from his movies, Elvis sings hits from his movies, those songs are contained within these albums in the box set itself. Alright, so The budget albums were released basically for anybody who possibly couldn't get hold, especially here in the UK, probably couldn't get hold of the songs on any other format, or could afford them at the time or whatever. But I do have those albums though, still. I have those on my separate CD collection, which I'll show you when I do the recap. Okay, we're moving on now to a Christmas album. This is Elvis Sings The Wonderful World of Christmas. See, there's the album that I haven't showed you because it's not in this set. I think it's specifically, I think they should have included them, you know? That's the other little niggle I think I'd have. They didn't include those albums because technically it's not really complete in a way. But that's just me though. But again, that's, you know, there. That's just me as a collector, I guess. Yeah, still kept the orange on this one. Yeah, we turned to the blue for I Got Lucky, and then back to the orange then after that. Okay. I mean, the albums like I Got Lucky was released... Sorry, I should have said this. Some of these albums got released on RCA Camden as well, which was another division of RCA. The Christmas album, The Wonderful World of Christmas, came with this postcard. Lovely picture of Elvis there. Okay. Then we have another great Elvis album, and we are back to the orange label. This comes Elvis Now. And on the back, it advertised these two box sets, which I have also on CD as well. They're in a box sets video. Great songs on here. Help Me Make It Through the Night. We Can Make the Morning. Sylvia. You know, Put Your Hand in the Hand. Great gospel track. So yeah, that's Elvis Now. Then we have another gospel album, which is fantastic and still with on the orange label. This is He Touched Me. Great song. Then we have this album, a live album now. Killer album. Elvis as recorded at Madison Square Garden. Fantastic album. That's one of the other albums that's not in the box set. Yeah. That didn't come with anything. Back on the orange label. Okay, now we have the soundtrack of the concert that basically started it all off for me, thanks to my dad. Yes, that's right, Dad. I ain't gonna leave you up, boy. I tell you. I'll tell them. You see, you know, I will. Don't keep nothing back. I'm telling you, right, everybody. It's my dad's fault. Really, it is. It's got nothing to do with me. It's my dad's fault that I got into Elvis. But it's absolutely fantastic because I was 4 years old, and I'm going to cut a very long story short. Basically, my dad was watching All Over from Hawaii, and I didn't know what it was, who was on the screen, but I remember coming down from the bedroom, went into the living room. My father was on the sofa watching TV. I didn't know what he was watching, but all I saw was a guy in a white suit, and he was talking at the time. And as I sat, he began singing "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry." He got the reaction was amazing, and my eyes was glued. So I started asking my father all different questions about who is he and so forth. My dad told me all about him, and from that moment I was hooked. And I remember at the end of the concert as well that my dad said that we'd rewind the concert, and a little bit later on in that day, I wanted to watch it again. So my dad put the videotape on again, and we watched it again from beginning to end. And so every time I see this concert, use the original soundtrack for it. Every time I see this concert, every time I view this concert, listen to it, you name it, I'll always have that memory of me seeing Elvis for the first time when I was 4 years old, when my dad put it on. So thanks, Dad, because since then Elvis has completely changed my life, and I've been absolutely hooked. So that memory will always stay with me. See, when things happen in life, I'm sure everybody's the same. You'll remember certain things, you know, because they'll be a part of you, and they'll always be a part of me. So yeah, that was the day when I first heard this album, this concert on TV. Changed my life, completely changed my life. Well, that's the original sound. Now I love the original soundtrack album cover. I love opening them. I love the way it looks. And this is actually, what are we on? Are we on orange label for this? We should be. Yes. Now this doesn't come with it. I was quite disappointed because the UK version and the US version, I think, it did come with like with another sheet of paper with a picture of Elvis from That's the Way It Is, would you believe it? And all the songs were listed. But that doesn't happen here, so you know the track's not listed. But it does come with the insert, because obviously that's how they did it. Okay. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that they didn't bring out the sheet with the track listing on, but here we go. And this got released pretty quick when they did the album cover. I mean, thank you as well to my good friend Curtis Simpkins, who done his video review on this. When they done this picture here, they didn't have a picture from the Aloha concert, so they used one from Elvis on tour. So, Aloha from Hawaii. It's not, for me, this is not the best version. The very best version of Aloha from Hawaii is the 1997 release in the white cover, the 25th anniversary edition with the bonus tracks on in the right place. The sound on is incredible. The sound on here is incredible because the whole box set's been remastered fantastically. But I don't know, I don't pick this out to listen to. I'll pick out the 25th anniversary edition to listen to. The sound, however, that's the other thing I was going to say about this box set in the review part. The sound, when I first put this one in, man almighty, Lord have mercy, boy, I tell you, I mean, the remastering process for this whole box set is absolutely exceptional. The best sounding of any of the albums. I mean, people may have different opinions, but I love the remastering work. Okay, so here's one of my favourite albums. Well, it's funny, I don't have a favourite song. I don't have a favourite album as such. But I think when you buy in, like I said, when certain things happen in life, you remember them and they stick. And I remember significantly buying this album, Fool. At that point, I had not had my dad's record collection. I was trying to collect them on my own. And I remember it was bonfire night. Me and my dad, we went down to Cardiff Market, which was called Kelly's Records. It was a store which is still there today. And because, like I said, my dad wouldn't give me all his first presents. I got those when I was a bit older. So I was trying to collect them myself, and I remember going down, and there was 2 versions of it, and used my other niggle, because it's not on here. Here in the UK, it was released with the original first press and a big sticker here, which said includes the hit single Fool. And obviously in the US, I'm guessing it didn't get released like that because it wasn't put on here, and the sticker's not on here. So that's my only little niggle, really. And every now and then I think, I'll redo my cover for the CD and I'll include it. But there was 2 versions of this, one with black label and one with the orange. And I said, well, what's the difference? I knew the feeling of the covers at the time was different. And I got told that one was a different press and one was like a... Well, I actually got told that one was a copy. And this one was an original. And I remember the original being £35. And the copy was like 10. I didn't really have the full money for it. So, and it niggled me for ages. Because the original, £35, the cover was better condition. And I remember saying to my dad, I wish I'd come back. And my dad said, well, maybe we can, And I remember we were supposed to be going out that night to a firework display. So I had to get back. It was like straight from school, straight on the train. And Cardiff was about half an hour, 40 minutes away from us. So on from school bag down, straight out the door, on the train, down to Cardiff, get it as fast as we can to get back. But yeah, a couple of days later, I did go down afterwards and I bought the original first pressing. So that, again, that's maybe that's the reason why. I mean, I love the album. It's a brilliant album. And the bonus tracks that are on here, as you can see, like I said, they're not listed on the cover. But they are in the book, and there's bonus tracks on here, tracks that are on the compilation album Separate Ways, which was done on RCA Camden, and which is not in the box set. And songs like Burning Love and It's a Matter of Time, they are on here as well. And they were on the compilation album, again, by RCA Camden, Pickwick and International and what have you. Elvis sings Burning Love and Hits from His Movies, Volume 2. So yeah, that's a great album. A really cool album, that is. It became known as the Fool album. The original title for this album is just Elvis. But it became known as the Fool album. And FTD have released it as apparently as it should have been released, apparently. Because the track listing was a little different. So anyway, we're still in the RCA Orange. And this next album kind of had two names. And the final thing then got released as the one. This is Elvis, Raised on Rock / For Old Time's Sake. Okay, and the back is the same. And then the track listings are here. A lovely, great album, that is. And then we had, I remember this one when I was a kid very vividly because I couldn't stop playing Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. This is Elvis Good Times. You remember this one, Dad? I know my mum and dad watches my YouTube videos, so I want to give a good shout out to my mum and dad. Hey, guys. So yeah, Good Times. This album came apparently with like My Boy and Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues for me. I used to play those two songs on here over and over. And this was an album that I couldn't find on my own when I was a kid. So as I said, my dad didn't give me his vinyl collection till I was much older, and I didn't used to go in and take his records without consent. I didn't sneak them. I didn't try making little records out of them. I didn't do that, honestly. Yeah, right. I did. Oh, the memories, huh? This another cool album. This is a brilliant live album. Love this one. This is Elvis as recorded live on stage in Memphis. Brilliant album. And great album cover as well. This is the first time I hear the rock and roll medley as well, where he goes into, well, your mama can dance and your dad on a rock and roll. Ding, ding, ding. Brilliant. Then we go into Promised Land. Another great album. There's a song in here that means a lot to myself and my friend / kind of someone who I class as my second mum type thing, Amanda Price, and my good friend Kevin Simpson, who's a fan as well. The song is called "It's Midnight," and it's a brilliant song. They're all brilliant. I know that my friend Tracy Allen Smith, she really loves the song. There's a Honky Tonk Angel as well. The song Promised Land in itself is just absolutely a real good rocking song. So, Promised Land. And here we come with Elvis Today. One of the killer songs on here is the opening song, Trouble. Real good rocking, pumping energy song, It goes, well, I played an old piano from 9 till 1:30. Trying to make a living watching everybody else having fun. Brilliant, just a brilliant opener, Talking of openers, that's giving me an idea too. Time to do some editing, I think. But yeah, that's a brilliant album. Elvis Today. This is also the album with the song of Elvis's cover of The Green Green Grass of Home and I Can Help by Billy Swan. And also And I Love You So is on here as well. So yeah, that's the original album. Now we come to the last two official albums. Excuse me. And this, the next two albums were the last two albums were recorded in Elvis's den. I'm gonna call it the den because that is the original name for it. It just becomes sort of known as the Jungle Room after like Elvis bought the furniture for it, but it because it kind of the reason why they never really called it the Jungle Room, it reminded Elvis of Hawaii, and this have been told as well by people like Jerry Schilling. You know, this isn't just me saying it. This have come from, you know, the people who were there. Jerry Schilling and George Klein and so forth, God love him. And that's how I heard when Jerry Schilling on the documentary said they never really called it the Jungle Room. They called it the den because the furniture really reminded him of Hawaii. You know, reminded Elvis of Hawaii, which is why he got it. We're moving on here. Let me just double check this album to make sure we didn't move on. No, we didn't. We're moving on here with the disc design. This is on the tanned. Back to the tanned, even though it looks orange, it's the tanned version of RCA. The last two albums were recorded in the den, or as people would know it now, the Jungle Room. From Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. Now, it said recorded live. That was a mistake, because it wasn't a live concert. They were all done at Elvis's home. Elvis wouldn't go to the studio, so they brought the studio to him. And I could go into more detail there, but I won't, out of respect. But there's some brilliant tracks on here. Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, Danny Boy, The Last Farewell, Solitaire, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, Love Coming Down, you know, Full of Hearts. You know. So that's a brilliant album. Like I said, they're all brilliant. I don't have a favorite album. They all mean something to me, you know. And that was all full studio. And this is Elvis's very last album. This is not a full studio album because they put some live tracks on you from Elvis's tours. For instance, Unchained Melody, If You Love Me, Let Me Know, Little Darling, Let Me Be There. Basically, the basis of the side one of this album is basically live. The song, however, He'll Have to Go, is actually the only song on side one that's not live. It was recorded at Graceland. And all of you know, side one, Unchained Melody, I'll tell you what, I'll do the track listing for the. By the way, this is Moody Blue that we're talking about, okay? The last album. So side one, you got Unchained Melody, recorded on tour. If You Love Me, Let Me Know, recorded on tour. Little Darling, recorded on tour. He'll Have to Go, recorded at Graceland. Let Me Be There, recorded Memphis, Tennessee. In other words, that's the same version that's on the 74 album. That one. So Let Me Be There is taken from the album that I just showed you. Then side 2 was all recorded at Graceland. So yeah, that was his last album, Moody Blue. And we're changing again because they come to this label where the design was also different. So that they are the albums that were released from when Elvis first started up to 1977. There's one or two other albums, I mean, I think that should have been in there, because there were one or two of the albums that did just get released just before he passed, but I think they had their reasons for, you know, putting this set together the way they did, and they've done a magnificent job on it. The only thing I think I would have done is I would have included Elvis in concert in there to have, you know, to make that the last album. I think I would have included Elvis in concert. Other than the things I've mentioned, it is like the holy grail of Elvis box sets, because again, here's the other 3 bonus CDs you had with it, and they've done these very good. From the Vaults, the 50s. These are like outtakes, and like you have My Happiness, That's When Your Heartache Begins, I'll Never Stand in Your Way. These are the songs from like the Sun years, you know, from the 50s, like Fool, 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 Tomorrow Night, Tweedledee, which was recorded on tour, you know, when Elvis was touring around 54, 55. Treat Me Nice movie version, King Creole first version, take 3. Ain't That Loving You Baby, alternate take 11. So you had different like alternate takes. You had some of the private recordings as well that he done in his home, like Earth Angel and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Then the second from the vault is obviously the 60s. That's how they done it with this. Actually, let me show you the disc design, because I'm sure these are different. Oh no, they went back to that. Okay, so for the 60s, what did they do for that? Same. Okay, so yeah, from the vaults, this is the 60s, and this is like, as you can tell, the like a box that a reel would come in, a tape reel. So on here you've got stuff like A Lonely Man solo version, Today, Tomorrow and Forever duet with Anne Margaret, I'm a Roustabout alternate title song, originally titled Roustabout, but it was actually yeah, alternate title song, but it was also a different song. I'm a Roustabout is different to the song Roustabout, if that makes sense. Songs like If I Loved You, Show Me This Way, Oh Lord, Tennessee Waltz, Dark Moon. These are like private recordings as well that were recorded in Germany and at his home. It's My Way, This Time I Can't Stop Loving You, I Lonesome Tonight, the laughing version. So yeah, that's for the 60s. And obviously the other one is the 70s. And they changed it, the orange for the 70s. Well, that's how they did this one. And on this CD, you've got songs like Faded Love, Studio Rehearsal, Lady Madonna Studio Jam, I Shall Be Released, My Way Studio Recording, I'll Be Home on Christmas Day remake, She Thinks I Still Care alternate version, The 12th of Never rehearsal, You're the Reason I'm Living, Softly As I Love You, Americally Beautiful. So songs like that, you know. So yeah, and that's the one for the 70s. And that is the RCA, the Elvis Presley album collection. So yeah, to everybody who requested me to do this video, I thank you. I do have all the requests written down, and I'll do them as I go along, because like I said, I want to try and do as much as I can. I've got some other artists as well that I'm going to show you as well. Okay. The Meatloaf video was absolutely, you know, has been a big success. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in for that. And as I said at the beginning of the video, please check out my friend in Australia. His channel. His name is Vince, and the channel name is Elvis Presley Records with the Sun Records logo as his aviator. So avatar, whatever. So yeah, the next video I'm gonna do, I'm not sure what it'll be. Whether it'll be a video on other artists, or I might do my mix collection actually. Who knows? Or it'll be my Shakin' Stevens collection or Freddie Starr collection or don't know yet. There is one other video that I'm really excited to do on an artist that is also a buddy of mine, country music legend Ronnie McDowell. But there's a few things I'm waiting to receive in the post, so I can show you the whole lot, everything at once. All right, so until then, until my next video, take care, look after yourselves. I'll catch you soon.